That feeling that your breakup was some kind of personal failure, it's not. I know you are probably replaying every single conversation, every fight, trying to pinpoint what you did wrong or what you could have done differently to save it. But what if the relationship wasn't meant to be saved? What if, from the very beginning, the seeds of its ending were already planted? What if I told you that your subconscious mind was drawn to a pattern that almost always leads to heartbreak, and that the overwhelming pain you are feeling right now is actually the first step toward finding real, lasting love? This isn't about blaming yourself or your ex. It's about finally understanding the hidden script that's been running your love life up until now, and at long last, learning how to rewrite it. And just so you know why you can trust me with this, I am not talking theory. My own relationship once collapsed, and instead of ending for good, I rebuilt it on conscious terms, the way I'd always wanted. On top of that, I've spent the last 8+ years as a hypnotherapist helping people heal heartbreak, rewire their attachment patterns, and become secure in love. Everything I'm sharing comes straight from the trenches, both personal and professional. So let's get into it, shall we? To get why this relationship ended, we have to go way back, not to the first date, but to your childhood. When we are kids, especially up to about age 7 or 8, our brains are like little sponges. We are in a super receptive, almost hypnotic state where we soak up the fundamental rules of the world, and most importantly, the rules of love. The way our caregivers interacted with us and each other became our blueprint for what a relationship is supposed to feel like. Did they show affection easily? Was their love conditional on you being good? Was there constant fighting or just a cold, emotional quiet? Whatever you saw, your kid brain absorbed it not as good or bad, but simply as what love is. These early moments create the foundation for our attachment style as adults, whether it's secure, anxious, or avoidant. So if love felt like a struggle you had to fight for, something you had to earn, or a constant source of anxiety, that's the version of love that gets wired into your subconscious mind. This blueprint dictates what feels familiar. And here is the kicker. Your subconscious doesn't look for what's healthy. It looks for what is familiar, even if familiar is painful. If this is landing for you, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss the next video. Around here, we unpack the hidden patterns in love and life, and more importantly, how to break free from them. So this brings us to who you are attracted to. You think you consciously choose your partners based on their great sense of humor, their career, or their kindness, right? But the real matchmaker is your subconscious, and it's using that childhood blueprint as its GPS. It's constantly scanning for someone who feels like home, someone who can play the perfect co-star in the unresolved story that you carry since childhood. If you had an emotionally unavailable parent, you might find yourself magnetically drawn to partners who are distant because some part of you is still trying to win the love it never got. It's an unconscious attempt to go back to the scene of the original wound and finally get a different ending. Psychologists sometimes call this repetition compulsion, the drive to repeat painful situations in an attempt to finally master them. That intense electric chemistry, that feeling like I've known them forever, often that's just a sign of recognition. Your subconscious is saying, oh, here we go. This person feels familiar. They can make me feel the specific way I learned love is supposed to feel. Great. You're not just falling for a person, you're falling for a familiar dynamic. You are unconsciously picking the exact person who knows how to push your oldest buttons. And in the beginning, it often feels like destiny. Once you have found your partner, the stage is set and your childhood script starts playing out. You find the same conflicts showing up again and again. Maybe you constantly feel like you are giving more than you get, right? Maybe you feel invisible, unheard, or always criticized. Maybe you shut down during arguments because fights were terrifying in your childhood home, so you push them away. Those recurring arguments that seem to be about the dishes or being late or some careless moment, they are rarely about that. They are echoes. Recent studies on breakups show that satisfaction often dips in a two-stage process. A slow, gradual decline followed by a much faster drop in the year or two before it ends. Your emotional reaction feels so huge because the situation is triggering that old, unhealed wound from your past. Your partner's bad mood doesn't just feel like a bad mood, it feels like the crushing abandonment you felt as a kid. Their complaint doesn't just feel like a complaint, it feels like proof of the deep down belief that you are just not good enough. It's almost like you both entered an unspoken agreement to poke each other's deepest wounds. A relationship running on these unconscious patterns is often built on a shaky foundation. So it's no wonder that it eventually crumbles. And if you are sitting here right now realizing how deep this goes, don't just stay in awareness, take the next step. Join the Love Leaders community and get the free 6-day Panic to Peace protocol to calm your nervous system fast, or apply for my 6-week Fresh Start protocol if you are ready to rebuild trust and leadership in love. Both links are down in the description of this video. And this right here is where everything can change. This is the moment you stop seeing the breakup as a failure. It wasn't a failure, it was a massive success. The purpose this relationship served was to finally make you see the wound. The relationship was the flashlight, and the breakup is the moment it shines a bright hot beam directly on the part of you that's been hurting for decades. The intense pain you are feeling, the rejection, the grief, the shame, it isn't the problem. It's a symptom. It's a messenger trying to get your attention. So pay attention. This heartbreak is your wake-up call. It's the universe using this person as a vehicle to shake you and say, hey, stop. Look right here. This is the thing you need to heal. This pattern of choosing unavailable people, of feeling unworthy, of fearing abandonment, it didn't start here, but it can end now. The journey isn't about fixing what went wrong in the relationship. It's about healing what was wounded inside you long before this person ever came along. So what do you do now? You have this new awareness. But how do you turn this painful ending into a powerful new beginning? It starts with a huge shift in perspective. You have to start treating your triggers as your greatest teachers. For so long, you have probably seen being triggered as a bad thing, a sign of weakness. But from now on, a trigger is a gift. It's a blinking red light on your emotional dashboard, telling you exactly where the inner work needs to be done. The other person is just the actor delivering a line. The script was already written inside of you. Here is your first step. Get a journal and for the next week, become a detective of your own emotions. Anytime you feel that sting of sadness, anger, or anxiety about your ex, just pause. Don't just swim in it, investigate it. Ask yourself 3 things. What's the specific story I am telling myself right now? For example, I'm going to be alone forever, or I wasn't good enough. What's the core feeling underneath that story? Is it fear, shame, a feeling of being worthless? Write it down. When is the very first time in my life I can remember feeling this exact way? This simple practice starts to build a bridge between your adult pain and its childhood roots. You stop being a victim of your feelings and start being an observer of them. This awareness is the foundation for everything. You can't heal a wound you can't see. This breakup has given you the gift of sight. This relationship was a chapter, not your whole story. It was a painful but vital part of your evolution. It served its purpose perfectly by showing you the invisible chains that have been holding you back. You were drawn to that person to learn a lesson about yourself, and the breakup just means class is now in session. Real healing doesn't come from finding someone new to distract yourself. It comes from finally giving the wounded parts of yourself the love and attention they have always been craving. It comes from you becoming the secure, loving parent to your own inner child. The journey to real conscious love doesn't start with finding the right person. It starts with becoming the right person for yourself. Looking back, this ending might feel like it was inevitable. And in a way, it was. It was the inevitable end of a pattern. At that ending, there is your liberation. If this message hit home for you, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. Oh, and do me a favor, drop a comment below with one pattern you have started to notice in your own life. You'll be surprised how many people share the same story and how much lighter it feels to know you are not alone. Thank you very much for watching.